As an American working and living abroad, I feel divorced from the day-to-day political activities I might be involved in if I were living in St. Augustine, Florida. With that said, I determined that I could sit back and do nothing or start working via the internet to feed my political addiction and promote conservative values. As most are saying today, at least on my side of the fence, this will be the most important election that we'll face in our lifetime. I agree with that, and it's fueling my desire to ensure we do not let our country slip into a socialist, liberal, light government. As I look back over the past several years, I've seen this small ripple turn into a huge tsunami of conservatism, rising up to take back our country. People so long that stayed in the background, not wanting to participate or were too busy working. Now they realize the peril that our great country is in. They are now ready to take back the mantle of freedom, remove the chains of government slavery, and proclaim this is not what our founding fathers envisioned for our country. The question now is, how are we going to move back to a smaller government? How do we stop the absurd spending, reduce government dependency, and start following the Constitution of the United States? As I pointed out, the fuse has already been lit with things like an alternative news channel, conservative-minded websites, conservative radio, organizations like Freedom Works, and people just like you that are fed up with the perilous situation our country now faces today. The key is to keep moving in the direction we are heading and promoting conservative value to our families, friends, co-workers, and anyone that will listen. We need to take these conservative values and ideas and wear them as a badge of honor. We all need to be conservative warriors in all our actions and deeds. We need to enlist others in our fight because we need every possible conservative soldier for this battle. We need to take back our educational institutions and rip out the liberal, progressive curriculum that has infected our children and replace it with true education. Let's return to civic classes to our elementary students. Let's return to a core curriculum that ensures our students are able to compete with anyone in the world. Let's ensure teachers are held accountable for the learning process and reward those that succeed, and unfortunately, remove those that fail. Let parents choose how their children will be educated. Public, private, charter, homeschooling, vice unions telling us how they will educate our children. Our education system has been hijacked by liberals, and it's time to take the plane back. We need to encourage work as a path to success that brings self-worth to all that participate. Vice encouraging dependency on government handouts that only bring misery and loss of dignity. By promoting the American dream that anyone can succeed, we will create an army of successful entrepreneurs that will create wealth for themselves and their fellow citizens, and will create wealth for our country as a whole. We need to rid ourselves of unions that only serve to line their pockets with money, stifle worker initiative and production, and corrupt the political process. Unions have outlived their usefulness, and they need to be retired to the backwaters of history. We must secure our borders from those that would come here to do us harm or want to take what social services or jobs that belong to United States citizens. We want to encourage legal immigration of the brightest and best outside our country, and most importantly, we want those that want to be Americans. We have no room for people that only want to reap the benefits of our great country and provide nothing in return. We want people that love America and believe and participate in our dream of American exceptionalism. We need a strong defense that is second to none in the world. A standing Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, and Coast Guard that can take the fight anywhere in the world and win. A military force that can meet all new challenges that America will face in the future. A force in readiness that can execute on a moment's notice and is not hampered by political correctness. Lastly, we need politicians that are not afraid of promoting conservative values and ideas. We want honest politicians that spend their time solving America's problems, vice worrying about the next election cycle. We want politicians that are accountable to no one except the electorate that put them there. We want politicians that execute leadership by shying away from the tough problems. These are just a few items that come to mind. We have a good start as demonstrated by the last election cycle and the events that took place in Wisconsin and Florida and all through the United States. We all have to remember that we need to continue to promote and explain conservative values to all every chance we get. We cannot sit idly by like we have for the past 70 years and let progressives and liberals take our country from us. We must be vigilant and aggressive in order to win this great battle that will rid our country of this plague called socialism. God bless America.